Question. How do you feel about negative reviews?
I think there can be pros and cons to negative reviews depending on how they're done. If the genre isn't for you, if the trope isn't for you, hopefully you would sort of have an idea what the book's about by reading the back of the book. The cover might give you some indicators, whether it's fantasy or history or romance. So I think you should sort of know what you're getting into with just the basic description of the book. I don't think it's fair to leave a review if you did not finish the book, because you don't have all the content, you don't have the whole story, so it's hard to base it off that. I think if you do negative reviews and leave, constructive criticism, it could actually be helpful to the author. It could be helpful to other people reading reviews. I don't think it should just be like, this sucked, or to have derogatory comments, because that doesn't help anyone. That's just cruel. If you would list like, hey, the timeline was confusing in the book, or, the grammar was off and it caught my attention, that could help the author in either redoing that book or knowing in the future what not to do. So, I hate getting, a low review and not knowing why. Like, if you're going to leave a positive one, yeah, click the 4 or 5 stars. That's fine. I would love to hear what you loved about it, but, at least I know, oh, you thought it was good. And I get a negative review, I don't know why, if nobody leaves a comment. So I think, they could help boost, the author's perspective on what the people are reading. And it's just anybody's opinion. It's just a critic. People don't agree with things all the time. There might be stuff that you really, really love and someone hates it. So you just have to take things like that with a grain of salt. And, don't think too much into it, because maybe it wasn't for that person. Just like how critics, do movies. They might say, oh, this movie was awesome. And then you go to the theater and you see it and you're like, what was that? So it's just all of a matter of opinion. It would just be nice if there was some kind of feedback for it that could help everybody in the situation. I am not afraid of constructive criticism. I think it makes you better. I think it makes you aware. Just don't be nasty. Like, there's no reason for it. That author spent a lot of time. I know how much time I put into my books. So just be kind. Like, there's no reason to be rude. So just think about that when you're leaving a review. And for that reason, I usually don't read reviews before I buy a book anyway.